All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We've got the Meta Connect 2025 stream that is going to be starting in about 15 minutes. We will get Zucks on stage. He's going to be introducing some new products. We're going to hear from Meta. But we have 15 minutes before we get started. And folks, I don't know if you've taken a look at what's happening in the overnight markets. Everything's going up. Grab 620, S&P 661. Tesla is 50 cents away from 630. Hoodie 119.35. Pound, you're back to 168. BMNR was at 59 at one point. It's at 58.76. I don't really know what happened after hours, but pretty much everything is moving, and a lot of these crypto plays are moving aggressively as well. You got Google right there at 251. That is moving. S&P again, 661. SoFi, 27.26. I mean, you're getting some pretty strong momentum, and we're going to see if that momentum can continue. Meta obviously is going to be the main one that we are all looking at over the next hour. 778. That one's basically flat, and we'll see what happens there. But it's kind of like the rate cut reaction took a little bit of time to settle in, and after hours is when it settled in. And futures as well are getting some momentum right here. Yeah, up about 0.5%, up about 0.25% across the board, which is not too bad. So, but yeah, it's very exciting. I'm probably gonna have to roll these BMNR $60 covered calls pretty soon, dude. Like, this is pretty incredible. But you are seeing some really strong momentum here in the after hours, and I think it's likely based on the rate cuts. At least that's kind of the core reason. I think there was a couple of headlines around crypto and the ability for ETFs that are crypto oriented to list more easily as per the SEC. So maybe that's helping the BMNRs, the Robinhoods of the world. But you are starting to see some more momentum. Yeah, Tanner and I would have streamed. To be honest, I didn't know he was streaming the Meta thing. And so we can't merge our streams now. But yeah, next time in the future, we'll make sure to stream it together because he'll be streaming the Meta thing on his channel. And we'll see what's going on for Meta. So not bad, dude. Just getting some fun after hours. Really starting to see a lot of this momentum that kind of didn't happen during the day, or at least after the stream. I mean, or after the JPOW FOMC meeting. I mean, you had some momentum, but everything was relatively flat. At least it wasn't tanking, and now you're starting to see it kind of go the opposite direction. I see a bunch of you guys posting this in the chat. It is true. Jimmy Kimmel has been fired from Kimmel Live, or whatever his show is called, Late Night with Jimmy Kimmel. I didn't even know what he said about Charlie Kirk, but apparently he said something, and it wasn't good. I was just reading a quick article on it on the Wall Street Journal, and again, I didn't see exactly what he said, but the quote was something to the tune of being insensitive towards it. And okay, the quote was, "The MAGA gang is desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it." I'm sure he said something else, but that's the quote that I have there. The president of the broadcasting division of ABC said, "Mr. Kimmel's comments about the death of Mr. Kirk are offensive and insensitive at a critical time in our nation's political discourse, and we do not believe they reflect the spectrum of opinions, views, or values of the local communities in which we are located." Now, granted, this guy was going to get fired anyway by the end of the year, or the show was going to end. So I think it's just ending a bit earlier than people expected. But yeah, that is a little bit of breaking news after hours with Jimmy Kimmel. In general, dude, I don't know. Late night shows, they've kind of lost a lot of their momentum. I think there's another guy on late night that's the network is just realizing like it's not profitable. Or maybe it was Kimmel. I think it was Kimmel who ABC was like, it costs too much money to produce the show and we're not making anything off of it. And so do people really care about their opinion, the late night TV show hosts, as like the mainstream political discourse? I think most people are like, dude, these people are not actually in the real world. They're not literally seeing what's going on. They live in a bubble in Hollywood, right? Most of them are just Hollywood coastal elites. And I think people stop caring about their opinions. Oh, Stephen Colbert. Yes, Colbert. Colbert was the guy where they're like, we can't make money off this guy. It's costing like millions and millions of dollars to produce it, and now it's not working. It was part of the monologue. Yeah, I don't know a lot of people that actually at 11 p.m. turn on the TV and watch this guy. So I don't know. it kind of felt inevitable that the show was not really going to have that much momentum. And then if he's going to, say that type of stuff, that'll get you kicked off the air. Tesla right there, 429, NVIDIA 171. We got Google at 251. All right, let's do the official Meta pump or dump poll. What do we think? I don't know if this is a market moving event for Meta. I mean, I think there's a chance it could be, but curious what people think. So let's do Meta pump or dump based on this event. What do we think? What do we think? Let's just pull this up right here. Okay, so 75% of you say pump and 25% say dump. Okay, so if it doesn't pump, I don't think it has to dump. I should have put flat in there as well, but I think there could be a flat reaction. The thing is, these glasses have kind of been leaked already in terms of some advertisements about it. This is what it looks like right here live. So there's a little bit of footage of people waiting outside, people excited for it. I don't know, man, if the glasses are going to be something that's revolutionary in terms of how people think of a computing platform, which I don't know if we're exactly there yet, but if they have a chance of getting there, then maybe that's going to be exciting. If they demo the leaked ad, I think it pumps. Look, the leaked ad looked pretty good. Even I saw it. I think I showed it on the Market Open a couple days ago. So yeah, I mean, I would be excited for that. I had a friend come over a couple of weeks ago and I tried his Meta glasses as well. And it wasn't working because it wasn't fully charged, but like it did feel pretty good. And like, I don't know, there's a world in which maybe they get you off the iPhone and get you on the glasses. We know Tim Cook is working on a lot of different things as well to try to get that set up. By the way, you had a lot of these leaders in the UK. I don't even know these many people were here, but a bunch of them were in the United Kingdom. Shout out to Evan for posting this. But as you can see right here, you got a bunch of them in the UK. So obviously you have Trump right there. You have Sam Altman. You had the Blackstone CEO, ARM CEO, Barclays CEO. I mean, you got Nadella right there. You got a lot of these guys getting ready to invest in the UK. Mark Benioff is there. I don't know why Benioff's there, but he's fine. Benioff's there. Jensen's there. Rupert Murdoch is there. I mean, you got all the big tech guys. Benioff, the reason I say I don't know why Benioff's there, because he doesn't usually show up to these things. Like, he's not ever, at least I don't see him in all of these big fancy meetings. So this is the first time I actually saw Benioff, but he was there as well. So, I mean, the UK getting a ton of investments from the United States, and obviously if Zucks can kind of continue to show this momentum in terms of what they're doing with AI, that would be very exciting. Now, the other thing that's really important about this is that these glasses, or whatever Meta is going to put out today, is really important. And the reason it's really important is because we need new verticals to consistently prove that there is more momentum in the broader AI landscape. So again, kind of the core three verticals: self-driving, humanoid robotics. Figure got a Brookfield partnership, raised at $40 billion this week. That's a big deal for that vertical. And then personal agents. Those are three things that I think are the inevitable ROI from all this CapEx. Glasses, there's likely going to be an AI component. I mean, there is an AI component to the glasses, right? Because you're probably going to be talking to a model that's either going to run locally on the glasses, or, and here's the pivot for Apple. What if Apple makes glasses and then they run locally on your phone, and then it kind of just connects via your phone? Meta doesn't have a phone, so maybe that's kind of the differentiated advantage for Apple to have glasses that can run the compute on your phone. But the point is, there's going to need to be a lot of computational infrastructure for the glasses, and there's going to need to be LLMs that are trained to interact with audio and visual models if you're speaking to a pair of glasses. All of that is AI. So it's like, if glasses could become a vertical that, I don't know, billions of people buy, even hundreds of millions of people. I think right now we're in the tens of millions, and mainly it's for gaming and leisure and stuff. But what if it becomes like a real computing device? First of all, that's going to be great for NVIDIA, great for AMD, great for all the semiconductor names, really great for Meta. And it's going to prove that AI is innate, because without the ability to have these audio, video, language models, you wouldn't be able to communicate to the glasses, and that requires AI. So it's another use case for AI, as a lot of people are asking, what are the use cases? maybe that ends up being one. So we're going to see. Yeah, we need new gadgets to pump the markets. Exactly. We need new gadgets to pump the markets, which is what we got to do. Spencer, thank you for the $5 super chat. I know you don't care, but you reached 250,000 on X. Thank you for the well wishes on that. I actually just noticed because a friend texted me like 20 minutes ago and said, hey, congrats on 250. So yes, we did get to 250 on X. Deeply, deeply grateful for that. I know we are close to 100K on YouTube. So yeah, very grateful. Very, 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 very grateful. And just want to keep working and keep being as consistent as possible. Stock draft update. Matt is at 24.28. I am at 23.97. This is the closest I've been to actually coming in first. And I'm doing this with Duolingo down 40%. So like, I don't know. We are close to getting there, but Duolingo's got to cooperate, or the other ones just have to continue working. So we got to see. But Matt's at 24. I'm at 23. Steve's at 4. Tanner's at 16. And then Chris is at 9. And that is the update we have on the stock draft right now. Who owns Meta in this? I think Steve does, right? Steve owns Meta? Yeah, Steve owns Meta. So this could be big for Steve's portfolio today if Meta can make a move. So we are going to have to see. Couldn't Apple just copy the Meta glasses and make it better? Does Meta have an edge? I hope so. Yeah, I mean, look, a lot of people, I was speaking to an ex-Apple engineer at the Robinhood Summit, and he, you know, he's very loyal to Apple, but he also is realistic about the fact that Apple is not innovated, and he thinks the glasses are the next major innovation. But he thinks the unlock is that you have a phone that could be running the compute locally. Meta doesn't have the phone, so they have to kind of fit it all into the glasses. And it's an interesting argument. I wonder how tangible that argument is to creating like a differentiated moat for Apple's glasses versus Meta. And then Apple just hasn't really released any glasses other than Vision Pro, which didn't end up working out. And, you know, now they're working on foldable phones. A report came out today. So I don't know what Apple's really going with, but this is Meta's market to take. And if they can meaningfully, and now maybe, you know, Tim Cook wants to copy Meta and they're waiting for the right moment to really launch consumer glasses. But I think Zuck's is pretty confident about what he's going to be able to show off today. I don't know if we're at the stage to run an LLM and a wearable yet. I don't think we are either as well, but I think if anyone's going to push the boundaries, it's either Zuck's or Apple, right? Meta or Apple. So we're going to see if today is the day where they really start to introduce that. S&P is still moving after hours. Grab still moving. Google, SoFi, again, BMNR also pretty strong move after hours, 58.86. You got Reddit at 268, NVIDIA at 171, Tesla trying to touch 430. Robinhood 119.41, not bad. Not a bad move after hours after the first rate cut of 2025. Bought 50, Meta at 775 just after close, expecting some fireworks, 800. I mean, it's not that far away from 800. I think I asked this in the morning. Realistically, I think they really showed. Didn't it pump last time? I think we were streaming that last time. Meta Connect was during the day though, not in the night. And it was like at 12 p.m. and it pumped hard. So, I mean, as a swing, it's possible. And then, you know, if it dumps 5% or whatever, it's Meta at the end of the day. So we got to see, but maybe there's a world where it actually can pump. Meta is my biggest Max 7 position. Big day. All right. We're going to see. The keynote should be live in about 30 seconds. They have their screen up. And then I will transition to it. And we're going to see. How did your sister react? Dude, I tweeted it. She was like, what? She was like, what? What are you talking about? She does not care, bro. No one cares. We're the only ones that care about the Federal Reserve and easing monetary policy. We're the only ones that care. No one else cares, which is probably a good thing, but still. We are the only ones. I own Meta, but not for the glasses. I mean, even without the glasses, it's a great business. It's a great business. Amit, did you see the news on Hood? I did not see the news on Hood. If there is some news on Hood, that would explain why it's running, but everything's kind of running after hours. I did see there was some lawsuit, but I think they're suing someone, not they're getting sued. I didn't really look at it yesterday. But if you have any other news, let me know, and I'll take a look at it. My GF has a bigger port than me and doesn't know JPow. See, this is This is why women are better than investing. That's why women are better than they just don't care, right? They don't need to care. They're like, I'm just gonna buy it. I don't need to worry about what little Powell is gonna say today. Like at the end of the day, I know Meta is gonna be bigger 5 years from now than it is right now, and they just don't care. At least some of them, but for the ones that do care, I do think there is an edge. I mean, in general, I think there is an edge to knowing about the markets. We're just all junkies and obsessed with it. But whether you're a girl or a guy, if you just buy and hold and don't really care, honestly, you probably perform better over the long term. However, a lot of us that are up, triple digits this year, close to triple digits, that's from really caring. I think it's, you can beat the S&P by not caring, but to really beat the S&P, I think you got to care because there's so many trades, swings, hedges, all this random stuff that we all have to do to try to get the edge. Okay, the event is not live yet. It looks like it's about to go live, but not officially live yet. JS says I did zero work today. Can't happen again tomorrow. Too much screen watching. Today was a big day though. It was a big freaking day. So I can understand why people didn't get to easily work. Okay, not live yet. Lords, thank you for the $100 super chat. Appreciate it. AK Media working 24/7. Love it. I love doing this. I love being here. So I am happy to be here, and I'm very happy that you guys are here as well. And we got to see, bro. This is a big company, a $2 trillion company, part of the Mag 7. They can put up some really good products that can absolutely be massive for the broader S&P. I mean, imagine this thing pumps 10%. Like, that's huge. And so this stuff really does matter. Micron's going higher after hours. Let's see. Oh, let's see what Kathy bought and sold today. Micron, yeah, there you go, up 1% after hours. We'll get an update from Kathy in a second and see some of her buys and sells. The Jimmy Kimmel stuff is pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, I literally found out about it 10 minutes before going live, but it is what it is. Remember, corporate media is tough, bro. You're not allowed to say certain things. You have to fit their agenda. Advertisers, like, it's also just not real anymore, bro. Like, I think, like, where do you get your news from? Put it in the chat. I mean, I'm sure some people still watch Fox and CNN and stuff, but there's a lot of forms of independent. I know for the stock market, a lot of you guys probably come here, but like political takes, there's so many different angles to get the news from. Even comedy, bro. Like late night comedy is not funny. There's so many independent comedians just on YouTube to get your comedy from. So I think there's a whole different way that people are consuming content. All right, I think we're starting live. They're showing the SEC risk stuff. All right, here we go. 5 seconds. We're going live. Okay, the stream's absolutely going to get copyrighted, but it is what it is. Maybe we can mute the music for a little bit and not get, because I just don't want them to end it in the middle of the stream. So let's maybe mute the music for a little bit. Yeah, you can tell the music's still playing right there. Okay. Yeah, guys, honestly, like if they did this last time, they just ended it in the middle of the stream, and that would really suck. Tanner might be muting it right now too. Why do they have to use? Why can't they just use like some music from a free website, bro? Why do they got to use this stuff? It's a non-copyrighted AI song. All right, screw it. We'll just turn on the music. Hopefully, we don't get copyrighted. Does anyone know this song? It feels like a important song. All right, here we go. Hey.
We'll talk about these in a minute. Welcome to Connect. All right. AI, glasses, and virtual reality. Our goal is to build great-looking glasses that deliver personal superintelligence and a feeling of presence using realistic holograms. And these ideas combined are what we call the metaverse. Now, glasses are the ideal form factor for personal superintelligence because they let you stay present in the moment while getting access to all of these AI capabilities that make you smarter, help you communicate better, improve your memory, improve your senses, and more. Glasses are the only form factor where you can let an AI see what you see, hear what you hear, talk to you throughout the day, and very soon generate whatever UI you need right in your vision in real time. So it is no surprise that AI glasses are taking off. This is now our third year shipping AI glasses with our great partner, EssilorLuxottica.
I would have messed up that word so badly, bro. So badly.
Similar to some of the most popular consumer electronics of all time. Now, we are focused on designing glasses with a few clear values. Number one, they need to be great glasses first. Now, before we get to any of the technology, the glasses need to be well-designed and comfortable. And if you're going to wear glasses on your face all day, every day, then they need to be refined in their aesthetics, and they need to be light. So in addition to working with iconic brands, we have spent years of engineering, obsessing over how to shave every fraction of a millimeter and portion of a gram that we can from every pair of glasses that we ship, and I think that that shows in the work. Number two, the technology needs to get out of the way. The promise of glasses is to preserve this sense of presence that you have when you're with other people. Now, this feeling of presence, it's a profound thing, and I think that we've lost it a little bit with phones, and we have the opportunity to get it back with glasses. So when we're designing the hardware and software, we focus on giving you access to very powerful tools when you want them, and then just having them fade into the background otherwise. Number three, take superintelligence seriously. This is going to be the most important technology in our lifetimes. AI should serve people, not just be something that sits in a data center automating large parts of society. So we design our glasses to be able to empower people with new capabilities as soon as they become possible. We think in advance about what kind of sensors are going to be necessary, and we make it so that you can just update your software and make your glasses and yourself smarter and direct AI towards what matters most in your life. All right. So with all that said, we do have some new glasses to show you today. And I want to start with these, the next generation of Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Now, these are the original and iconic design. I think that this is actually the most popular glasses design in history. And now, with double the battery life, I wear them all day. They never run out of battery. It's got 3K video recording, double our previous resolution for sharper, smoother, and more vivid videos. These are all shot with Ray-Ban Meta. And Meta AI keeps on getting better. So last year, I did this live demo translating live between two people. We were doing that on stage. Now, today, I am excited to introduce a feature that we call Conversation Focus. It's a new feature coming soon that is going to be able to amplify your friends' voices in your ear. So if you're in a noisy restaurant, you're basically going to be able to turn up the volume on your friends or whoever you're talking to. And Conversation Focus, It's not only going to be on the new Ray-Ban Metas, it's going to be available as a software update on all of the existing Ray-Ban Metas too. Now, to show this, we've got Johnny Cirillo and Jack Coyne in the streets of New York. So check out how this works.
Hi, Johnny.
Hello, how are you? Got the Renaissance vibes going on? Going on, baby. Jack.
I just put my name in. It's going to be a couple minutes.
Nice.
I need your advice.
Okay.
Every time I get my picture taken, I feel like I'm not being normal. I want to feel like just a regular person when I'm...
One sec, Jack. Hey, Meta. Start conversation focus.
Starting conversation focus.
Okay, go on.
As soon as the camera comes up,
Yeah.
I start to have this like serious
Deer in headlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do I be like more normal?
Oh, man.
How do I be more natural like when I'm getting my picture taken?
Sometimes I play around with something like your collar fits your sleeve a little bit.
And like
Yeah, just like
sort of
Yeah,
action.
like nobody's around. You know what I mean? You got to
Finger David ready.
Bro, what is this?
All right.
Is that not weird to you guys?
Conversation focus. All right, we are also improving live AI. As we optimize battery and energy efficiency, Meta AI is going to transition from being something that you invoke when you have a question to a service that is running all the time and helping you out throughout the day. Now, to be clear, we're not there yet on all-day live AI use. This is one of the major technology challenges that we're still working through. But today, you can use live AI for about an hour or two straight. So to get a feeling for what this is like, let's cut to Chef Jack Mancuso, who's coming to us live from a kitchen on Meta's campus preparing for the after party. How's it going, Chef? All right. So what do you think? Maybe let's make, I don't know, what should we make? Maybe like a steak sauce, maybe Korean-inspired type thing, you know, just to show what the live AI is like.
Yeah, let's try it. It's not something I've made before, so I could definitely use the help. Hey, Meta, start live AI.
Starting live AI. I love the setup you have here with soy sauce and other ingredients. How can I help?
Hey, can you help me make a Korean-inspired steak sauce for my steak sandwich here?
You can make a Korean-inspired steak sauce using soy sauce, sesame oil.
What do I do
brown
first?
sugar.
What do I do first?
You've already combined the base ingredients. So now grate a pear to add to the sauce.
What do I do first?
You've already combined the base ingredients. So now grate the pear and gently combine it with the base sauce.
All right, I think the Wi-Fi might be messed up. Sorry,
Oh,
back to you, Mark.
boy.
It's all
Oh,
good.
boy.
You know what?
The age of AI,
It's all
baby.
good.
Where's Metastock?
It's the irony of the whole thing is that you spend years making technology, and then the Wi-Fi at the day kind of catches you. All right. Anyway, we'll go check out what he made later. Okay. Now, when you're building glasses, there is an important intersection between technology and fashion and style. And the technology keeps getting more useful, but you know, as I said before, first and foremost, these need to be great-looking glasses that people love to wear. So we are releasing the Ray-Ban Metas in more colorways to match your style. Here's a bunch of the new ones.
Okay, more colors.
And you know, last year at Connect, we also released a limited edition clear frames, and they were pretty popular. They sold out in a few days. So we've got a new limited edition transparent matte frames
Actually looks nice.
with 2 colors. So get them quickly because they're probably going to be sold out in a few days too. All right. Now, it's been pretty fun to see how designers have taken Ray-Ban Meta in a lot of different directions. You know, some of you probably are familiar with the fashion label Luar, run by Raul Lopez. And you know, he's a bold designer who's bringing together sportswear and high fashion. He recently debuted a look that's centered on Ray-Ban Meta at New York Fashion Week. Raul's actually here today, along with Christy Baez, modeling the look that he created. So, awesome. Good to see you. All right. All right, that's the next generation of Ray-Ban Meta. We're really excited about this. They're available now, starting at $379. All right. This summer, we launched our first pair of AI glasses with Oakley, the Oakley Meta Houston. It's another iconic brand that we're working with. Oakley is synonymous with sports for 50 years now. They're available in a number of great colors. Now, today, I am excited to add to our Oakley collection and announce the brand new Oakley Meta Vanguard.
Looks like ski goggles.
Now, this is the iconic Oakley aesthetic. These glasses are designed for performance. And on these, we push the battery even further. You can run a marathon using them the whole time on a single charge, and then you can turn around and run another marathon on the same charge and still not be out of battery. The camera is centered for perfect alignment for your shots. It's got a wider 122-degree field of view, so you can capture all the epicness of your adventure in 3K. And it's got video stabilization. So that means that as you're going down a trail, you're going to be able to capture some really great video. All right. The open-ear speakers are the most powerful speakers that we've shipped yet, with 6 decibels louder than Oakley Meta Houston. So they're great for running on a noisy road or biking in 30-mile-an-hour winds. I actually took a call on a jet ski a few weeks ago. It was great. I could hear the other person fine over the engine. And our advanced wind noise reduction makes it so that you can basically be standing in a wind tunnel and you'd still come in clear to the person on the other side. I mean, the person had no idea I was on a jet ski, which is good. All right, we've added slow motion and hyperlapse capture modes so you can capture your adventures in new ways. These modes are also going to be available on all the new glasses that we're announcing here, the new Ray-Ban Meta, the new Oakley Meta Houstons too. So you can get great footage with any of the glasses. All right, we are partnering with Garmin.
I heard of this brand recently, like 2 days ago.
And introducing auto capture. So now if you're wearing a Garmin device, the glasses are going to be able to automatically capture video when you reach certain speeds or different distance intervals or, like every mile of a marathon. And then when you're done, we'll just stitch together all the videos for you, and you can overlay the stats on top of them, and you get a nice video that you can share wherever you want.
Yeah, Garmin, you can share your workout results with your friends and stuff. That's a good collaboration.
And we're also partnering with Strava. So you can overlay your stats from Strava too and share all the same type of content with your Strava community. All right. We put an LED in them, so that way it can light up in your peripheral vision to help keep you on your pace target or heart rate zone target. So that's going to be really useful if you're using a Garmin device too. These are also our most water-resistant glasses yet. With an IP67 rating, they can get wet. I've taken them out surfing. It's fine. It's good. So yeah, there you go. They're also designed with swappable Oakley Prism Shield lenses for different light conditions. They're different styles. You can customize this iconic design however you want. All right, now I think that these are pretty awesome. I'm really excited for all of you to get to try them out. To give them a test and to take them for a little bit of a spin, we gave them to our friends at Red Bull. So check this out.
That's well done.
Hey Meta, what's the world record for the longest wakeboard rail slide?
Hey Meta, what's the speed limit here?
The speed limit is 100 kilometers per hour.
Hey Meta, start recording.
Let's have some fun.
Wow. Okay, let's get a vibe check so far. Bullish, bearish. Do we like what we see so far? Game changer, yes, no. Tesla's pumping 433. Meta is up about 0.5%. What are we thinking so far of the event?
Kilometers per hour.
Hey Meta, record slow motion.
These glasses are perfectly fit. Amazing.
Oakley Meta Vanguard. All right, we are selling them for $499. Pre-orders start now, and we're going to ship them on October 21st.
It's not too bad.
There you go.
$499, not too crazy.
All right. Now let's check out those glasses I walked on stage with. All right. We have been working on glasses for more than 10 years at Meta. And this is one of those special moments
Okay, this is the big one.
we get to show you something that we've poured a lot of our lives into and that I just think is different from anything that I've seen anyone else work on. I am really proud of this, and I'm really proud of our team for achieving this. This is Meta Ray-Ban Display. These are glasses with the classic style that you'd expect from Ray-Ban, but they're the first AI glasses with a high-resolution display and a whole new way to interact with them, the Meta Neural Band. That's this guy. All right, now, this isn't a prototype. This is here, it is ready to go, and you're going to be able to buy them in a couple of weeks. All right, so what's new here? There are two key innovations, the display and the neural interface. The display is large enough to watch a video or read a thread of messages. It appears in one eye, it's slightly off center so it doesn't block your view, and it disappears after a few seconds when it's not in use so it doesn't distract you. It is very high resolution and very bright. I mean like 42 pixels per degree, which is sharper than any major headset that's out there, and up to 5,000 nits of brightness. So it is crisp whether you're indoors or outdoors on the sunniest day. This required a custom light engine and waveguide to deliver this. It's a lot of awesome technology that we're really proud of. And then there's the neural interface. Every new computing platform has a new way to interact with it. So for the glasses, we are replacing the keyboard, mouse, touchscreen, buttons, dials, with the ability to send signals from your brain with little muscle movements that the neural band will pick up so you can silently control your glasses with barely perceptible movements. The Meta Neural Band is a huge scientific breakthrough. We have built a neural interface into a durable, lightweight, comfortable, and good-looking wristband with 18 hours of battery life and is water resistant. Now, I want to get into this in more detail. We've got two options. We've got the slides or we've got the live demo. Let's do it live. All right.
Do it live.
Now, one of the most important and frequent things that we all do on our phones is send messages. So when we were designing these Meta Ray-Bans, we wanted to make it really easy to send and receive messages. And look, Boz is messaging me right now. All right, now, okay, I could go ahead and I could dictate with my voice. I could send a voice clip. But I've got this neural band, and it's silent. And now, and a lot of the time you're around other people. So it's good to just be able to type without anyone seeing. And it's I'm up to about 30 words a minute on this. You can get pretty fast. Want to try a video call? I think we should. What do you think? All right. All right. So I think our call will be coming in any moment now.
Boz, WhatsApp video call.
There we go. Uh-oh. Well,
This is like FaceTime on the glasses. Yeah, how is he typing, bro?
That's too bad. I don't know what happened.
Bro.
Maybe Boz can try calling me again. All right. Well, I got a missed video call. Okay, there's the actual video call. All right. I'm just going to pick that up with my neural band.
Oh, the wristband. Oh, right.
This is, it happens. Yeah, let's, what do you think? Let's just go ahead and.
WhatsApp video call.
Wi-Fi, man.
Let's go for a fourth.
Next time you guys blame me for Wi-Fi on the stream, this is a $2 trillion company. Just remember that.
All right. Try it again. I keep on messing this up.
Someone's getting fired.
And if not, then we'll go for the less fun option. Okay. I don't know what to tell you guys. All right. We're going to have Boz come out here, and we're just going to go to the next thing that I wanted to show and hope that will work.
Dude, these are two messed up within 10 minutes. I don't know, bro. I would cut them slack, but this is also a $2 trillion company.
All right. Now, Boz is going to come out, and he's going to need some walk-on music.
You can tell Zucks is off his game. You can tell he's pissed, bro. You can tell as soon as things. I've been through it in a stream before. You mess up, the whole thing gets messed up for you mentally. So you got to see how he can navigate it.
Play California Dreamin'.
From Spotify, here's California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas.
All right. And if I want to adjust the volume, I act like there's a volume control in front of me, and I can just turn it. And there we go. Fifth time's the charm. This Wi-Fi is brutal. Yeah, I don't know. We'll debug that later. You practice these things like 100 times, and then you never know what's going to happen.
I promise you, no one is more upset about this than I am, because this is my team that now has to go debug why this didn't work on the stage.
We'll take a video later.
I'm not getting my restricted stock option.
All right. So what should we show? So we talked about conversation focus earlier, and how now with the Ray-Ban Metas, they're going to be able to turn up the volume on a friend. But with the display, you could do even better. You can put subtitles on the world.
Should we set it up?
So yeah, you want to check this out?
Yeah, let me get it going right now.
All right,
we're ready for it.
Okay. Now I don't know about you. When I watch TV,
I accidentally exited. That's my fault. That's my fault.
It's all good.
Okay, we're good now.
It's really live.
That's how we prove that it's live.
Yeah. Okay. So now, like I was saying. When I watch TV, I pretty much always have the subtitles on. I can hear fine, but I find that it just makes it easier to follow along. But if you have an issue hearing, then I think that this is going to be a game changer.
Yeah, I agree. And it's also cool, it can do translation. So if I'm talking to somebody who speaks a different language than me, I'll get a translation in my native language right on the display, real life subtitles.
There you go. All right, should we show the camera?
We got to show the camera. For everyone who loves the Ray-Ban Metas, the number one request we get is the ability to see the picture before they take it, and also after they take it, before they share it. And finally, with the viewfinder, we have a chance to do it. Should we show them?
Let's do it. All right, so let me just go ahead and pull up the camera. I got a lot of missed calls from you.
Yeah. I don't
know what happened.
I was trying to call you.
I don't know what happened.
Were you busy?
Yeah, you know,
That was a good joke.
All right, what's your ticket? You got some sick shoes, man.
Some Alex Alpert Oakley's
yeah,
here.
there you go. All right. I'll take some photos. You know what? Let's go ahead and take a video just because we missed that opportunity before.
Thank you.
Say hi. You want to wave? All right, there you go.
Here, I got something to show them.
Yeah, you want to show the case?
So the charging case for the glasses
Case.
folds nice and flat,
Yeah.
fits in your pocket, fits in your bag, and then look at that, pops open for charging mode.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so I just take photos really simply, and then I can just, go ahead and you can just browse through them and look at them after. It's
I'm sorry, guys. This is not impressive, dude. It's cool, but it's not impressive. Not a game changer to me.
So there you go. It's a nice high-resolution display that you can
that's
totally do video chats or watch the videos that you've taken on your.
There's no way someone's not FaceTiming on their phone or taking photos on their phone, but using this. I don't see that happening.
You'd run 4 to 5.
We'll take it.
It's about what you can get. All right. See you in a minute. All right. So you get a sense of how the meta displays and the neural band come together to enable some pretty amazing new things.
Zucks is off his game. You can tell, bro. He's pissed.
Is a glimpse of how this is going to work with agentic AI. And the basic idea here is that we all have dozens of conversations throughout the day. And if you're anything like me, then in every conversation, there are normally like 5 things that you want to follow up on. Maybe there's something you're supposed to do. Maybe there's a conversation that, this reminded you that you need to have. Maybe someone just said something that you weren't sure about and wanted to confirm or wanted more context on. But, the thing is, it's tough to follow up while you're in the middle of a conversation. So if you're anything like me, you probably don't, and then you just forget a lot of these things. So the promise of glasses and AI is that they're going to help with this over time. So you just start a live AI session, and the glasses are going to be able to see what you see, hear what you hear, and they're going to be able to go off and think about it, and then come back and help you. Now, this one's inherently harder to show. It's non-deterministic. We're also going to be rolling out a bunch of these features over the coming months, but we put together a video of this, what this is going to be like, so let's check this out.
Thank you so much. Hey, Jake. I'm so glad you reached out.
Hey, yeah, I was hoping you could help me on this board I'm building for my brother.
Oh, of course. Hey, Meta, start live AI.
So for the board, my brother needs something with a wide tail so it's easy to catch waves, but the performance of a narrower tail.
What about a swallowtail shape?
Oh, that's great, yeah.
But maybe 3 fins, that makes it easier to turn, right?
I love it. He's actually going to Hawaii in the spring. Do you think we can have the fins by then?
Actually, a few weeks ago, the supplier confirmed that the fins will be here in October.
That's great news, but would it be too tight?
I'll need to double check to be sure.
Yeah, that would really help.
Okay, she is good to go.
Nice. I'll update the designs and let's catch some waves soon.
Let's do it. I'll hit you up.
Yeah, have a great weekend.
All right. So there you have it. This is the next chapter in the exciting story of the future of computing. And so we got Meta Ray-Ban display, our first AI glasses with high-resolution display, and the Meta Neural Band, the world's first mainstream neural interface. The glasses are going to come in 2 colors. They're going to come in black and sand. And they also all come with transition lenses. so that you can wear them indoors. They turn into sunglasses when you go outside. And you are going to be able to buy the set for $7.99 in stores, where you can get demos as well, on September 30th. All right, there you go.
You're going to have to wear the wristband with it, which helps the compute.
I'm looking forward to them. Okay. People are already getting a lot of text messages from me through them. So, it's great. Okay. So all in, this is our fall 2025 glasses line. We have got the next generation of Ray-Ban Meta, including our special edition. You've got the Oakley Meta Houstons that we released in the summer. You've got the Oakley Meta Vanguard for performance. And now you've got the Meta Ray-Ban Display. Those are our fall 2025 glasses. All right. Moving on. Now let's talk about the intersection between AI and virtual reality.
Okay, this should be important.
Now, we want to help bring about a future where anyone can just dream up any experience that you can think of and then just create it. And with AI, we are starting to see this a little bit with writing and photos and even the early part of videos. But pretty soon, I think that people are going to be able to create entirely new, immersive and interactive types of content. Whole worlds, games, characters, art, holograms that complement the physical objects around you. And this is a big deal because right now, creating this kind of 3D and immersive and interactive content is really hard. But it takes a long time to create great virtual or augmented reality content. And that's one of the constraints that is holding back the ecosystem. But we're not far from being able to create this kind of content just as easily as you would prompt Meta AI today. And this, I think it's going to transform not just what's possible in virtual reality, but also the kind of content that you can get on glasses and the types of content that you see on social media in experiences like Facebook and Instagram in the future as well. So today, we're taking a few big steps in this direction. First, Meta Horizon Studio. Now, over the last year, we've released a number of AI tools to generate meshes, textures, TypeScript, audio, skyboxes, and a lot more, so that way creators can make higher quality worlds in just a fraction of the time. Soon, Meta Horizon Studio is going to include an agentic AI assistant that will stitch together all of these different tools and further speed up the creation process using just simple text prompts. Powering this is our brand new Meta Horizon engine. Now, this is a new engine that we have spent the last couple of years building from scratch to replace the Unity runtime, which is great, by the way, but it just wasn't built for this use case. This engine is fully optimized for bringing the metaverse to life. It is much faster performance and to load things, much better graphics, much easier to create with. Now you're going to be able to easily create infinite connected spaces that look way, way better with realistic physics and interaction. All right, now to check this out, what this engine can do, let's walk through some of the new experiences that we're rolling out. Now, first, the graphic fidelity means that hyperscape spaces are now really quite something. Now, I showed a prototype of this last year, and today we are rolling out early access to hyperscape capture. So you can just use your Quest headset to scan a room in just a few minutes and turn it into an immersive, true-to-life world.
Huh.
It's pretty awesome.
Someone said Temu Unreal Engine, bro.
Now, eventually, you're going to be able to seamlessly blend hyperscape and worlds into Horizon and have them all be connected too. All right, this is our new immersive home, rendered entirely in Meta Horizon engine. Visually, it is a big step forward from where we have been. There is no 8-bit Eiffel Tower here. You can customize your home. You can pin different apps to the wall. Like this Instagram app, it automatically renders your posts from creators and friends in 3D, which is pretty awesome. You can also jump straight from your home to a series of interconnected worlds. And the new engine makes it more than 4 times faster to load and render new worlds. So now it's just a few seconds, right? So it's more like loading a web page than loading an entire new game, which makes it a lot easier to create this interconnected metaverse.
Would any of you guys use this?
Horizon Engine also enables much greater concurrency and many more people to be in the same world at the same time. We now support 5 times as many people in the same world compared to the previous engine.
Wow. 90% of you saying no.
So that's going to enable a lot of neat things. All right, so let's say that you want to head over to the new arena to see a concert, or if you're there right now, then you can be watching this Connect keynote live. And if you go in there, you're going to see a lot of people. They're live, and you can interact with them. So anyway, all right, this is Meta Horizon Studio and Meta Horizon Engine, foundational infrastructure for the metaverse, and they're going to enable immersive and interactive worlds across all of our products, starting with virtual reality, and then one day coming to your glasses and coming to social media as well.
Okay, so this is metaverse stuff. He's back to the metaverse with these immersive experiences. Just AI on top of it.
The last thing I want to cover is content. Quest continues to have the very best slate of virtual reality games. We've got Marvel's Deadpool VR, ILM's Star Wars Beyond Victory, and Demio by Dungeons & Dragons. Battlemarked, all launching this fall. It has also been really neat to see how many people are using Quest to watch video content. You know, it's just a lot more immersive. So we think that this category, watching video content, is going to be a huge category, both in virtual reality headsets and on glasses too. So we're launching a new entertainment hub that we are calling Horizon TV. And we are working with a bunch of great partners to include a bunch of movies and TV and live sports and music. So I'm excited to announce that Disney Plus is coming to Horizon TV and bring along content from Hulu and ESPN.
Okay, Meta Disney.
We are also partnering with Universal Pictures, an iconic horror company, Blumhouse. So you can watch horror movies like The Black Phone or Megan with 3D special effects that now will take over your space.
I already have a TV.
Horizon TV also supports Dolby Atmos, and it's going to support Dolby Vision soon too. So you're going to have rich colors, crisp details, and spatial sound for a more immersive experience than you could have with traditional TV. All right. I am really excited about what these new technologies are going to unlock for artists and entertainment. I think that the shift towards more immersive storytelling, 3D storytelling, it's going to be one of the more exciting developments in the coming years. And I think that it's going to drive a new wave of adoption of virtual reality and glasses. So I wanted to close today by hearing from the pioneer of immersive, cutting-edge storytelling with CGI, 3D filmmaking, and more. So please join me in welcoming to the stage legendary filmmaker James Cameron, along with our very own Boz again. All right, thank you.
Who's James Cameron? Kidding. Titanic, top 10 all time. Top 10 all time.
All right, well, thank you, Mark. James Cameron really needs no introduction. I am going to try out of respect. the most famous filmmaker, unprecedented hit rate in Hollywood, but also, and critically for our partnership, a real pioneer in technology, consistently pushing the technology he needs to fulfill his creative vision, as Mark said, whether that be in 3D, storytelling, or even building a submarine. He's really, he's done the whole range. So thank you for coming to Connect. We're so glad to have you.
It's a huge honor. I mean, this is such a big day for you guys, and I'm glad you were able to squeeze me in. Appreciate it.
Anytime, really. So you and I have talked a lot about your passion for 3D filmmaking, and it goes back a long ways, 2 decades, really. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about where that comes from, why you believe so strongly in this.
I've spent my filmmaking career trying to really engage people, draw them in, get them involved in the story and the characters. I was first exposed to 3D filmmaking in 1998, I think, and it was massive film cameras. It was for a thing for Universal for a ride show. I thought, we got to be able to do this better. And then when digital cameras came along, I was a super early adopter. I think it was George Lucas and then me, and that was in 99, 2000. And I said, why can't we just slap 2 of these things side by side and make 3D, you know? Well, it turned out to be a lot more complicated than that. And so 25 years later, I'm pleased to say I've got a great 3D team, and we've made it all. We not only made my films, but we've made the 3D cameras available to a lot of other filmmakers doing concert films and sports for TV, which didn't last long, but and you know, lots of big movies, Ridley Scott, that sort of thing. I just love 3D personally. I love authoring in it. I love seeing the end result when it's done properly. And I think it's how we perceive the world. Why would we throw away 50% of our data, you know, and see everything through a single eye? It makes no sense to me. And I just see a future which I think can be enabled by the new, you know, devices that you have, the Quest series, and then some of the new stuff, hopefully, that's coming down the line, right? I think we're looking at a future that's a whole new distribution model where we can have theater grade 3D, you know, basically on your head.
And one of the things that's interesting, you talked a lot about how, when we first met, you talked about how much the visual fidelity matters to you, and the brightness of the screen, and the fullness of the effect that you're getting from it. And for a long time, the headsets weren't there. You know, they weren't even as good as TV, let alone, you know, theater. Now we're seeing something different, and you've been able to put the headset on. And with, you know, you've been working so hard now on Avatar, Fire and Ash coming in December.
Right.
You've gotten a chance to see some of these pieces in headset, and you had a pretty surprising reaction to me. You said that's how you thought it should be seen.
This is, yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I've been fighting so hard with movie theaters to get the brightness levels up, to install laser projection, but they're caught in an earlier paradigm. And, you know, no business can survive being stuck in technology 15 years old. So, you know, when I put on the Quest 3 and I saw some of my own content, which I knew because I have the sort of baseline calibration for that. I know what it's supposed to look like. And to see it at light levels beyond the SEMTI standard for theater projection. You know, the very, very best you're going to see in a theater is 16-foot Lamberts. Most theaters are at 3-foot Lamberts, which is like nits, but it's the theater version of it.
A lot of people out there Googling foot Lambert right now.
Right? And so, you know, and the Quest is at 30 foot Lamberts equivalent if you do the conversion from nits. And so that's an order of magnitude brighter, you know, and the brightness gives you the dynamic range, it gives you the color space as it was meant to be, and that's so much more engaging. And the work that you guys have done in the Quest series to expand the field of view, to get the brightness, to get the spatial resolution, to me, it's like being in my own private movie theater.
I do think that's one of the
reasons.
This is
so boring.
Why it's happening now. It's always been kind
what
of
is the
an
point
idea.
of this,
We've always
bro?
been about to do it. We never quite brought it together now, and I love the response that we got from the audience. Who knows? That's true. We just have never quite pulled it all together. I think the difference is we finally have the displays to do it. You know, we have something to offer here that even TV can't necessarily rival.
This can't seriously be a presentation interviewing a filmmaker about how good the product was. Like, this is, I'm sorry, this is not a sophisticated presentation to show off this product. This could have been a 20-minute podcast they posted.
Neurobiology is wired for it. And, you know, we've been able to prove that there's more emotional engagement, there's more sense of presence. You know, if you're going to watch a Blumhouse film, a horror film, your fight, flight reflex is more engaged, right? Hopefully, if you're watching a love story, you'll cry an extra tear or so. You know, I don't know how measurable it is in hard metrics because it's a bit subjective, but I want to say maybe 20% more engagement, right? So my vision is a stereo ubiquity future where all of our feeds, our news, our entertainment content, our live stuff, sports, of course, right? And you guys have been writing some amazing UIs for sports. Am I supposed to talk? I can't talk about that. Okay. Anyway, the point is, it's all this.
Can't take this guy anywhere.
This stuff is not. Okay. Nobody in this room can say a word. Okay. And
Bro, what is this? Really, what is this, dude? Who came up with this presentation?
This is not something that's pie in the sky down the line, and you know, so I think our task, the reason that we've partnered, and it's under, you know, if I can say it, it's under Bob Morgan and content and Sarah Malkin, and our gig right now, it's there.
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah. Our gig right now is to get other filmmakers and showrunners, because by the way, I think episodic television, short form, long form, I think that's the low-hanging fruit that people have historically ignored because so much 3D content was just made for movies. I'm not talking about Avatar. I can't make movies fast enough to feed this pipeline. What we do at Lightstorm Vision, my 3D company, is we build cameras and systems and networking and tools to give to other to supply to other filmmakers.
To generously help.
For
only a small fee.
A small fee. Other filmmakers and showrunners and broadcasters and so on, to be able to create this avalanche of content that there will be an enormous demand for.
And this is the thing that I think is underappreciated. You are driving down over time the cost it's going to take to build these kinds of productions, so it can be done much more conventionally. It used to be an incredible. You know, when you're doing the first Avatar, it's
a bad example.
It's just cutting edge. Everything is hard. Everything is and you're trying to bring it into conventional productions so that people doing any kind of production are able to bring this content, this rich of an experience to their audience who wants to invest in it.
Sure, and it's not only just bringing down the hardware, but it's making the hardware smarter. There's a lot of software solutions and downstream digital solutions and so on. We want to make the stuff so idiot-proof that we can put a production camera, a production system in the hands of anybody, anywhere, and it will take care of, you know, the decision-making around what makes good stereo, what makes it easy on our eyes, easy on our brains, where we're not getting eye strain and all those things. So it's taken us 25 years to figure out the kind of algorithm for that. We want to make it a real algorithm and build it into this gear and make it available. And then that will enable, you know, I can't make this stuff fast enough, but there's thousands of people producing tens of thousands of hours a year of content, and it will flow across your devices.
Yeah, and if you think about going from, like, you know, autofocus, you have the ability to interocular distance can be an automatic
auto stereo,
calculation,
basically.
auto stereo. So yeah, this is one of the things that really, I think, has made this partnership so great, and you get a sense, I think, of it from the two of us. We're effusive about the partnership, is you are somebody who's had a creative vision. You start with a creative vision. You start with.
Oh, why is this still going? Like, am I the only one thinking this is like, what? This is supposed to be a product event, and they're interviewing a filmmaker about his thoughts on movies and technology. Like, it's valuable content, but not for a live event. Like, think about the people in the audience. They must be sleeping.
Some form in my mind and then in practice for over 30 years.
Yeah, it's incredible. And so in 1995, the thing that you need doesn't exist yet. You have to.
None of it existed.
You know, and so I hope you kind of see the parallels between a Mark Zuckerberg and a James Cameron, people who see a future. I mean, I've been doing this work in Reality Labs for 10 years now, and it is we're obsessive about a vision of the future, which we haven't arrived at yet, but we do see the progress. I will say it kind of finally feels like it's going downhill now. Like it's starting to feel like it's picking up momentum, not only in the hardware, but also in the content side.
You are willing a future into existence that you saw clearly. And this moment in history feels a lot to me like it did back in the early 90s, late 80s and early 90s when CG was first manifesting itself. And oh, you're going to replace actors and it'll never look real, and analog is the answer. And that's why I founded a company called Digital Domain. I wanted, it was revolutionary in its moment. It's ho-hum today, and it's ubiquitous today. So I've actually seen historically in my own life experience how you can actually make massive change. And, and then that led to 3D. Okay, everybody accepts the fact that we go to digital movie theaters now, right? Obvious, right? Except that when the digital technology existed, it wasn't adopted right away. It took 3D to get the theaters to convert to digital projection.
It took you.
Well, we were in the middle of that.
Release.
Yeah, we were right
unless
in the
they
middle of
updated the theaters.
Yeah, and it was actually talking to the team at Texas Instruments that developed the chip that made digital projection possible, and saying, embed in your servers and in your electronics the ability to carry 2 image streams. And because they did that, then digital projection just rolled out, and now it's everywhere other than the occasional art house someplace with a 35 millimeter print. But when you've lived through enough of these revolutions, you start to see them coming as a wave, like a good surfer. I know you surf.
That's right.
I watch it from the beach.
You watch it from underwater.
I watch it from underwater.
Listen, we've got one more exciting piece coming. I want to thank you again for coming to Connect. It's really our honor to have you. I can't wait to check out Avatar: Fire and Ash, as I'm sure everyone here will agree, when it hits the theaters in December 19th. And as a special surprise, we have an exclusive, never before seen, stunning 3D clip from Avatar: Fire and Ash for everyone to check out in demo stations here for attendees, and available on all Meta Quest devices in Horizon TV for a limited viewing window. So thank you all. Thank you, James. And trust the process. This is all going to be very exciting.
Okay, back to Zuck.
And now I'm going to cue Mark to take us to the finish line here.
All right. Hey. All right. Thank you, James and Buzz. Can't wait to see Avatar: Fire and Ash this December, and for some awesome Avatar content to hit Horizon TV. And I can't wait to get the new fall 2025 line of glasses in all of your hands, and for you to get a chance to experience Meta Horizon Studio and Engine. One last live demo.
Oh, here we go.
I don't learn. All right. We've got an after party over at Meta's Classic Campus. Diplo is going to play. Please join me in welcoming Diplo.
I really hope
How are you doing?
Works, dude.
Good. All right. So everyone knows you're a legendary DJ, but people are also starting to learn that you're a big runner, and you've got the whole Diplo Run Club.
Exactly.
So what do you think? Should we run over to
ready for a
Classic
run right now?
Campus and take these things for a spin?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
Meta, play Be Right There.
From Spotify, here's Be Right There by Diplo.
This could be cool. So the demo hasn't started yet. I think when they run, it'll start. Okay, we should be seeing the inside of the glasses soon, I think. It's not the demo, right? The demo is not just us watching them run, right? Is that the demo? Us watching them run? There's no way. No, there's no way that's the demo, bro. I thought the demo was seeing what they're seeing. Don't they see like their miles and their heartbeat and all that shit? Bro, there's no way this is happening. Wait, was that just me thinking we have to actually see the inside of the glass? I thought that's what the demo is. Not just watching people run down a road in California. How's that a demo? Bro. Look, I love Meta. I'm very bullish, but this event was not it, bro. I'm sorry. The stock does not deserve to be down on this. It's just a cringe event that didn't really work. Yeah, there's no demo. That's not a fucking demo, bro. Where's the demo, bro? We just saw people running. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, there you go. What did we just watch, bro? What? I don't want to be overly critical of Meta because Zucks is a rock star and Meta is an amazing company, and I have nothing bearish to say about Meta. But that presentation, dude, 3 demos don't work, including the last one. The Cameron interview was, I don't know why that could have been 5 minutes, maybe 7 to 8 minutes max. That was almost 20 minutes, which ended up being an ad for the movie, which I get, but they could have incorporated the ad in the last 30 seconds and they didn't have to do a 20-minute dialogue on that. Meta right there, 777, actually up just a little bit after hours. And then the actual structure of the presentation was quick. It was rushed. There was no like, you know, when you see the Apple events, they like really take their time on something, get you through a lot of like the internal nuances of it. Then they have a next presenter come up. This was Zucks just rushing through the slides. And you could tell he was annoyed and pissed that nothing was working. And I would be too, if I'm a CEO of a $2 trillion company. You would think the Wi-Fi doesn't mess up. And anything can happen, right? This stuff happens. But still, like you could tell, he got off his game. And I have sympathy for that. Because when I'm in a stream sometimes and I make a mistake, like I can, I'm off my game. The next 20 minutes are not that good because it's like it happens when you're live. But obviously, you could tell that Zucks was just not feeling the best. There you go. Let me put a poll in the chat. We're going to get a special guest to join us who is an OG Meta shareholder. By the way, 58% of you saying you would watch Avatar over Titanic for the rest of your life. I don't know what the 58% of you guys are smoking. There is no way I would pick Avatar over Titanic if I had to watch one for the rest of my life. That is a bit ridiculous. But Meta event, bullish or bearish? Not really for the stock. The stock will be fine. This is more so just for the presentation of the event itself. And no, these are not the Meta glasses, although I did troll you guys a little bit when I went to get the glasses. These are actual Ray-Bans that I bought 2 weeks ago before I was going to Vegas. I was like, oh, I should like get some glasses. I'm going to Vegas. I should like have some nice glasses. And then I forgot the glasses in New Jersey and I didn't even get to wear them in Vegas. So it is what it is. But all right, folks, let's bring on someone onto the show who I think is really bowled up on some of these announcements. But I'm curious if he also shares a little bit of the same criticism I have for the actual event. Ladies and gentlemen, for the second time today on AK Media, we have Mr. Steven Fiorillo with the shades.
You know why I'm wearing the shades?
Why are you wearing the shades?
Because Meta's future's bright.
I like it. I like it. You know why I'm wearing the shades? Ask me.
Why are you wearing the shades?
Because I couldn't tolerate watching that bullshit we just saw for the past 2 hours. Dude, that was ridiculous. But that's why I'm watching, or I'm wearing the shades. So.
Mine was a lot better than yours.
Yours was a lot better than mine. Yeah, yours. But there was a moment where I legit.
I'm going to come in back. You ready? Okay, how about both movies are trash? How about that?
Okay, we'll leave that conversation to the end because.
How about Titanic and Avatar both trash? But anyway,
Titanic is not trash. It's a bit ridiculous. But okay, so let's do the bad news first, then the good news because I know you got a ton of good news. But presentation, dude, am I on an island here, or did you think that was a bit weird?
All right, I got to take the glasses off because it's actually hurting my eyes. Wearing them inside, I don't know how you're wearing shades for this long. You're crazy. But
Dude, I like it. I kind of like the shades, bro.
look, obviously you would have liked everything to work, but once again, they're trying to push the envelope on everything. I'm going to give him a little bit of a pass. Obviously you could tell Zuck was getting annoyed, rightfully so.
Yeah.
But you know, you got to think it's going to be much better in 6 months from now, and it's going to continuously get better. I am a little surprised that he's really going down the rabbit hole of the metaverse again. I'm actually very surprised at that.
I thought the metaverse was gone. Apparently, it's always been there.
It's not, but here's why I'm super bullish and super excited. The glasses thing, I was hoping more for a Terminator style, being able to scan somebody and pull up their LinkedIn and all that other stuff and get information. Obviously, that's not yet.
That's also really creepy, Steve. You have to acknowledge, like, as a $2 trillion company, for them to say you're going to scan someone's social history, it's a little creepy if they were going to, like, they're
if
do it, but
if I'm going into a meeting, okay, with new reps or people I don't know, I would like to not have to do the research ahead of time and know, especially if it's somebody who I don't know is coming to the meeting, and get their background, what their interests are.
Yeah, but it's creepy because you say hi to your new lawyer and you're like, oh, you went to Stanford. They're like, how'd you know that? I'm like, oh, I'm looking at your LinkedIn profile on my glasses, right? Like, that's weird, bro.
Well, hold on. You're telling me if you're getting a new lawyer, you wouldn't be figuring out where they went to school, what their history is, what their
No, I would, but I wouldn't be scanning their face in front of me and then telling them things about their life. That's a little creepy.
Anyway, it is. I'm expecting much more from wearables in the future, but I am super bullish on Horizon TV. Whatever headset you need for that, I'm buying it day one. I can tell you that right now. So bullish on that. And I think that
let's talk about that. Why is that kind of the big thing from this for you?
All right. So you're telling me that I can lay in bed, I can lay on my couch, anywhere I want, I can have a perfect view to a huge screen or a 3D environment. And now you have all these different apps that now sync with it. You're going to have real content for it. And it looks like they're going to go down the sports rabbit hole with this. So I'm super excited.
Okay, just a little quick pushback, as people said in the chat. Why wouldn't you just watch the TV? Like, why do you need to have a Quest headset to watch it?
So I guess I enjoy my entertainment a lot more than other people. And, you know, sometimes you just want a bigger screen. I mean, especially with a 3D environment, especially with sports. Yeah.
But why can't you just stick closer to the TV?
I have a huge TV in my living room, and a 3D environment, VR sports is going to be a game changer. I really do believe that.
Okay.
Very excited.
I don't see it yet, but
very excited about it.
Okay, so the TV thing was.
I'm going to get you a headset. How about that? I'm going to get you a headset so you can
love a headset.
All right.
I would love to. Okay, so the TV thing, which I'm not totally disagreeing with you on it. I just didn't think that was like a game changer or anything. The actual these glasses, the $800 versions of them. Did you see anything you think was like a new computing platform type of paradigm, or?
I think the only
with the wristband.
I mean, I think that needs some flushing out. I do think that if you look a couple of years out, it's really interesting what they're doing, because the fact that you can write to people on it and it sends it with the neuroband, it shows you the beginning of a new technology. And we know that he wants to build a new computing platform. So we'll see. I mean, obviously, this isn't the final iteration. That's not what I'm bullish about. I do think the Oakleys are going to be good for people who are trying to record themselves mountain biking or surfing or playing sports or stuff. I think that's cool, but to me, that's not where this goes. I would love nothing more than the Metaverse 86. I would like him to stop that. Even though he's earned the right to continue to go down that rabbit hole, I'll be the first one to say I think that's a losing venture. I really do. I don't see how I don't see that people are going to want to hang out in the metaverse. I'm not there. but I do think TV, movies, especially if we get to the point with agentic AI where I can get a new season or a new ending to a show just by talking to the AI and telling it what I want, I think that's going to be really good. And I do think there's a lot of people that want the VR experience with the headset for entertainment.
I just put in the chat, yes or no, do you think people will ever hang out in the metaverse? I was quite frankly surprised when the punchline to the we got our boy calling us.
Look at Zuck calling you.
No, that wasn't. That was Tanner.
Zuck's calling you. Tell you stop shitting on him.
No, I'm not. I want to make a point to say I'm not. I really respect Zucks, and I'm not shitting on him. But that presentation was just weird. But the punchline to the Horizon stuff was, hey, you'll be able to talk to people in the metaverse. They showed some concert with these like pixelated people at Sabrina Carpenter's concert. Like it, and then Zuck was like, okay, cool. That's what we like. He just rushed through it. I mean, I don't know why they keep bringing that up. And I'm very curious if you think anyone ever in your life, your family, your friends will hang out in the metaverse.
No, I think it's for kids. I don't think anybody that's an adult is going to use it. I think kids are going to think it's cool. I think probably 8 to 14, maybe 15, that age, will think something like that is cool. I don't think adults are going to use it. I really would like for him to stop with the whole metaverse thing. I do think if they went the other route with, okay, concert at MSG, for instance, or Giant Stadium, or MetLife Arena, Giant Stadium, or what's the Prudential Center in Jersey? I think if they had 4 VR cameras hooked up for a concert or a sporting event, or 6 of them, and you got to use this and you got to choose where your vantage point of where you can see everything. And throughout the concert, you can see different areas and you can just look around and see all the people there. If they had that set up at the Sphere, I think that would be freaking awesome. But I don't think the metaverse is going to pan out.
So then that means these are one-off live events, which I don't know how they're going to monetize, but that's like their way of getting people excited. But I think Zucks is thinking of showing ads in the metaverse and getting you off your phone. It seems like that is...
I think it's the wrong way to go about that.
And if that's going to happen, it's and the only way I can see that, the only vertical where that makes sense is gaming, and Roblox is winning there already. And by the way, those are kids on Roblox that don't have money to like buy something from an ad.
Well,
right? So,
I'll push back on that. I spend more than enough money for my nephew's Robux. Okay.
Yeah, there's money for Robux, but there's not money to like. Yeah, but there's not the type of advertising. You know what I mean? Like,
but I will tell you that I think there's another iteration of it where if you can, with gaming, like you said, if he gets a deal with PlayStation, Xbox, and you can now play those games through the headset, and you can be in GTA 6 rather than playing it on a screen, I think that'll be a game changer.
Okay. James Cameron, what do you think was the point of that whole...
They missed the mark. Look, you got to remember, I'm a Super Bowl for Meta, okay? Complete Super Bowl. I think they missed the mark with that. I think that was more of a promotion. It should have been more, this is the type of content we're going to be creating for this platform, and this is why it's going to blow your mind. And this is why after the first person in your friends group has it and you try it, you're immediately going to want it. They needed to go that angle, not what they did.
I just want to know who in the Meta event planning team thought that was like it was weird, bro. 25 minutes of just listening to James Cameron, and he's not the most exciting person to speak or listen to. He's an amazing filmmaker, right? But it was that was a bit weird. Okay, so and then the final part of the running. Am I the only one that thought we were going to get a demo or what?
Yeah, I'm certainly not going to troll you. I was on the same part. I thought that when he took the glasses off, it was going to pan to him looking at everybody and then us being able to see the run through his eyes. I thought the same thing as you.
Okay, let me call Tanner because he was trying to call. Yeah, that part was very weird.
Tanner's
very
gonna
weird. Tanner's gonna what?
He's gonna use the glasses in the sauna.
Oh, of course. Of course he would. Okay, he'll call back. He doesn't. Okay, he'll call back. Yeah, dude, that was weird. That was Tanner's Wi-Fi does not working. What happened with the first two? Bro? That okay. Look, I'm all for mistakes and stuff. Like it happens,
Right.
but 2 in a row on Wi-Fi, and it definitely wasn't. I mean, if it was the Wi-Fi, that's embarrassing. I don't think it was the Wi-Fi. I feel like
no. In all seriousness, I think Zuck was nervous doing it, and I think he missed the click to get the call on the screen. I don't think it was a faulty software or a faulty device. I think it was a faulty Zuck just not clicking on the right thing. Because obviously the phone call was coming in.
Yeah, the phone call was coming in. We could hear the phone.
I just think that he was nervous and he just didn't click on the right thing.
Yeah, that was weird. Let's get Tanner's perspective because I think people said he was a bit more bullish.
Yeah,
Tanner,
I'm super.
What'd you think?
I'm bullish on a lot of it.
I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not quick to judge. I love that they're trying something. Okay, in 24 months, this is going to be an amazing product.
Can you try shaving your mustache off?
Good to see you too, Steve.
Dude, Steve, why are you such a dick, bro? Goodness gracious.
Dude, his mustache is like, it needs its own zip code. It's getting huge.
I trim it back like every week.
Did you really? It looks huge right now.
7 millimeters, baby.
Can you go like full goatee?
Yeah, I was doing that at the Hood Summit, but I got rid of it.
No, you did not have a goatee at the hood, bro. You barely had any.
Huh? Bro, bring up any photo of us at the
You
event.
did not have a go, bro. You gotta actually grow it out, bro. There was anyway. So the presentation before the actual products. Did you like the presentation, or what did you think of it? Or was it a disaster? Because my claim is the presentation was a disaster. The whole 2 hours.
I don't know what the James Cameron thing was about. That was like, it was just a random podcast in the middle of it, just to say, hey, movies would be cool in VR. So that was a big waste of time. I thought the Vipers were cool. I think that's interesting that they're starting to integrate Strava and Garmin and stuff like that. Like, I definitely see people using it. The display version, like, I love how he puts them on. They're completely normal glasses. He looks like a freak wearing them. Like, they do not look normal at all. But it's only going to get a slimmer thing. Like this is definitely happening. This went from, no one wanted these to him just saying this is amongst one of the fastest growing real technology pieces that we've ever seen. Like it's essentially selling at the same rate that the Apple Watch had started selling at for them to scale. But like the display part will be very good. Why are you going to need an Apple Watch if those small bits of information can come in at the side of your eye? Like, I think that's going to look great in a smaller form factor. And that will happen.
What did you think of the first, not demo, but video where the guy was talking to the guy and then he was getting distracted by noises and then he turned on like meta focus? Do you think that was a good use case?
I think it is. My dad's going to love that. But I also think like, okay, we were at dinner. It was extremely hard to hear anyone during that dinner in Vegas, right?
Yes.
The music was so incredibly loud. Having something like that would have been perfect during those events. I also think it's going to be used for weird, nefarious things like looking over at other people's tables to try to hear what they're saying, like weird stuff. So I don't know how it's going to work, but we'll see.
Tanner, he didn't say there's a freaking directional mic in there.
There has to be.
How else are they doing it then?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course there is.
Not for listening in on other people's conversations.
How's it going to know the difference?
Yeah. No, because first of all, I think it's really weird if you're in the middle of a conversation with someone and you're like, hold on, wait a second. Meta, focus. Like, that's just fucking weird. I don't know. That's weird, bro. Second of all, to Tanner's point, yeah, like you could definitely, if it's a microphone and you say focus and there's like 2 people next to you eating dinner or lunch and you're just outside, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of weird, bro. I didn't get the use case at all. Outside of helping you hear better.
Yeah, in which there's hearing aids regardless. Like, but I don't know.
Okay, so what do you think about the metaverse horizon stuff? Did you realize they're still pounding the table on the metaverse?
No, I didn't realize that. I'm never going to use it, but are kids going to use it? Yeah, maybe. Like, but it literally is a video game. I don't see how you're not going to bring a bunch of professionals into a meeting on this. I mean, people are still going to use Zoom. No one's ever going to use this. So if you look at it as a gaming platform, maybe. Like, I could see that maybe growing, compete with Xbox or PlayStation, something like that. But I don't see it as any sort of work suite or something like that. I don't think it gets anywhere outside of just a video game.
No, it'll never be a work product, ever.
I think Zucks is really desperate to move on from advertising and develop new business lines. And so far it's not working. Now, it doesn't need to work. Like, first of all, Llama was a flop. Okay. So that one, that's not helped them out. No one really uses Meta AI outside of if you randomly search for something on Instagram and it goes into an AI. So like, it's not the ChatGPT of our generation. And then no one's going to be in the metaverse outside of kids, which are already on Roblox. And that's already kind of weird that kids are there. Like, they can't spend any money. Like, it's not so like, what is left? It's advertising. Now, that in and of itself is going to take Meta to probably another 2 trillion after this 2 trillion they're currently at. But I think Zucks really wants a new computing platform. I don't know if glasses will be it. I have yet to see a use case. I've been bearish on glasses for the past 2 years. It's pretty well documented. I'm open to changing my mind. I did not see anything today that would get me to think I will pick up glasses over my phone for anything that they described.
Bro, okay, here's the thing. This is what someone described to me while we were in the live stream. They said, can you imagine if these Ray-Ban displays, like you go to that conference that we just went to, Hood Summit, someone walks up to you, similar to the surfing demo, if you remember what they did there. Someone goes and tells you their name. That person's contact is immediately created, and above their head, they just have their name displayed. That's never forgotten. It's facial recognition, okay? Then it's saving their phone, whatever form of information they give you, their number, email, whatever, it's saved to that contact immediately. If you talk about setting up a meeting, it's immediately scheduled. They did show that in the demo. And then immediately being able to browse the internet via the conversation, what they're picking up on the conversation, they are fact-checking the conversation. They are double-checking things. That they showed that in the demo.
No, but fact-checking? What do you mean fact-checking?
Just saying, So
when I tell someone when I tell someone I'm 5'9", it's gonna be like, no, it's 5'7". Like it's gonna fact. Like, what do you mean by that?
No, but if you
that's
say
a little authoritarian to me, to be honest, that's.
I mean, you could do it. You could do it with your cell phone right now. If you say, "I don't believe you're 5'9", and then I bring up my phone. If I say, "I don't believe you're 5'7", how tall is a mitt? It's gonna pop up. I mean, and then we're gonna know you're not 5'9". I can fact check for the entire audience. By the way, he is not 5'9".
No, who's taking out their phone and scanning me to be like, I'm going to prove you're not 5'9"? Like,
no. I mean, because I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying because you have a social presence that, like, one day you're going to have a Wikipedia. That's what I mean. All I'm saying is you're bringing up a really weird use case. What I'm talking about is like, maybe you're looking through some sort of product or something and you're going, how do I plug this in? How do I get this to work? Well, okay, let's just bring up the product manual or just tell me how to make this work. What brand of machine is this? It's going to immediately tell me.
That's different. I thought when you said fact checking, you said it in the context of meeting someone new and having a conversation with them.
You think in debates. I'm not trying to like.
No, I'm genuinely not. I get the point. Like if you're cooking something and you say, "Hey, Meta, can you fact check the ingredients?" That makes sense to me. But the way you said it in a conversation to me sounds dystopian and weird, bro. Same thing that Steve said. You meet someone, you scan them, their LinkedIn pops up. That is weird, bro. It's just straight weird.
It's not weird at all. It's definitely going to happen.
It's not weird to meet someone for the first time and
that I have not met with before, that I did not know were coming to the meeting, that I want to just know stuff about, so I have things for small talk. It's very applicable in many situations.
Okay, so just to paint the picture, you are getting into a meeting with someone new, potentially to do a business deal. You sit in front of them with your glasses on, and your glasses are scanning using facial recognition, however Meta does it.
I'm not doing that. He's saying they're going to know who it is before they tell you. I'm saying the glasses is going to use the information that person told you. He tells you his name's Matt, whatever, then it's going to just save a contact of that person. He told you what his name was.
So let me ask you Steve's use case. If you sat down and someone's entire life history from Facebook, LinkedIn, all that stuff pops up.
No, that sounds like some CIA technology. Okay. That's something Palantir is going to build.
Okay. We don't have to go that far, but Steve,
we all know it's true.
I'm going to put a poll in the chat, but I think you're alone on this one, dude. That is very weird. It's an invasion of privacy. I know you could just search up someone's LinkedIn.
How is it an invasion of privacy? It's not bringing up anything private. If you have a public LinkedIn page and it brings up where you went to school, where you've worked, who your mutual contacts are, it could be very good.
I mean, you're allowed to do that on your own time on the phone 10 minutes before the meeting, like a normal person.
Once again, if I don't know people are coming to the meeting,
so
having the option to do that is nice.
No, but these are just strangers then. This is not even like, this is just, you could be walking down the street of New York and just pulling up someone's work history as you're walking through because you want to know where that person worked. Like, that's weird, bro. At least on the phone, if I don't know their name, I can't get any access on who this person is, right?
And would be dangerous for anyone that has like any sort of view that could be, contrarian or something like this, to be walking down the street and somebody's scanning, being like, "Oh, that's a Republican," or "That's a, whatever." Like, I'm not
what
down for that.
What if it brings up a public OnlyFans page? I mean, there's a trillion examples.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a good point.
Steve, you have no mustache yet. I still can't see your lips. What's going on?
Hold on. How did that just come out of nowhere, bro? This is how Tanner fights back. He will just like bring it out.
I don't even know what he means by that.
You have no lips. You got to put on some lip chap. I don't know if it's cold where you are. You got the AC running. You got to add some color to your lips.
No, I stay inside, man. What do you want from me?
Bro, Tanner will not. Let this be a warning to everyone. You diss Tanner, he'll internalize it, remember it, and then he will clap back.
No, bro.
Good.
No,
there will be a moment when he claps back.
I was just sitting here and I'm like, I don't know if he's smiling or not. I can't tell.
Steve, you got to think twice before talking about the man's mustache next time.
No, I don't.
Okay, so Meta, but we all agree Meta stock shouldn't be down on this presentation, right?
No, not at all. This doesn't change anything for their profitability next quarter or the quarter after that. Everybody who reads the earnings report knows they're losing money on the metaverse. It's just now we know why they're still losing money on the metaverse instead of just having a number on it, because they're actually trying to make this a reality.
Yeah, I mean, this is like early stage Google. Google was investing in they were just like, might as well have been a research platform. I think Meta's really in that phase. Like, they're just looking at the metaverse. They potentially are looking at robotics. They're looking at AR. There will be real products that come out of that, but there's also going to be a lot of money that goes into something that leads to nowhere.
Tanner, how do you feel about watching UFC on the Horizon TV in 3D?
Real quick, Tanner, before you answer, this is a tweet from one of the biggest Meta bulls I know. He said, "This might be one of the worst tech keynotes I've seen. Did Zuck just say one last demo, then stand up and leave? Was it supposed to showcase a point of view of the Oakley glasses, but then it just showed them running?"
Yeah.
This guy's been buying Meta since 80. I mean, this guy is the biggest Meta bull I know on Twitter.
Man, nothing worked. The only thing that worked really well was the writing with his hand. That worked perfect. Everything else was like a complete fail. The chef was super nervous and didn't get that to work. It wasn't a Wi-Fi problem. then the 6 calls or whatever, whatever the recording from both of them looked terrible and choppy. I don't know. It looked terrible. One last demo, and then they just like a camera followed them running off. Nothing happened.
You expected to see the view in the glasses, right?
Yeah, of course. That's what a demo is. They didn't just say like, all right, see you later, guys.
How many people told him not to do this is the question.
You know what I really thought watching this? You know what I really thought? I felt like Zucks was uninspired. And it was one of the, the way he dressed, the way he walked up there, though, his body composure, it was, and then the first couple demos failed. So I think he really got pissed off, but it was almost like, guys, I'm worth $100 billion. I get $800 million dividends every quarter. Like, here's our new products. Buy the stock if you like it. Don't if you don't. Like, that's kind of the vibe I got versus a like Steve Jobs. Or Robin Hood Vlad. We're going to introduce something big. Like, I didn't get that.
Yeah. They're taking big risk with doing the live demos. Especially with new technology like this. But yeah, I think even after the chef one that happened, which was the first live demo, it didn't work. He was like, that's what happens with live demos. And then the WhatsApp call just took all the life out of him. And then he was exhausted after that. But
what did you think about UFC and live sports, Tanner, in the glasses?
I mean, it could be cool. It's just it's an expensive piece to purchase to watch those events alone. I very rarely am watching UFC alone. Like, I'm getting friends together. We're making a night out of it. And like, what are me and my girlfriend going to sit on the couch with both of our devices on our heads alone, separated from each other? I mean, that's the only part that I'm like, it's an isolating event.
I guess that's why I like to watch sports by myself. So,
yeah, I'm not saying it's not useful. It could be very, very good, but
But Steve, objectively, that's a hell of a point.
No, it's a good point. I mean, look, objectively, I used to watch UFC events with probably 5 or 6 people, maybe more. We just don't do that anymore because everybody's so busy, and we rarely meet up to watch sport events. That's why, for me, I'm all on the whole VR sports.
By the way, I watched Crawford versus Canelo.
Who called that, by the way?
You did.
This guy.
Did you? Did you actually say Crawford? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I loved it, bro. I like legit watched it. I thanks to Netflix bringing it to my. I really enjoyed boxing for the first time.
Did Mitch just say what I think he said?
I think I'm becoming a little bit of a boxing fan.
I
Dude.
like it.
I enjoyed. Now maybe that was a good fight, and that's why I enjoyed it. But it was like, I thought Crawford won too at the end. I don't know how to score it, but I just naturally felt Crawford won.
Yeah, I think he won by a long shot. But I think it was the first fight, or maybe no, I think it was the second fight. The draw, that one was very interesting. I really did not know who was going to win. I actually thought that was scored well, even though it was a draw, and that's always controversial. But
did either of you watch Dana White on Logan Paul's podcast?
Recently,
I had some clips of it that I watched.
Dude, did you see what he said about the July 4th fight that's not going to happen in June?
I'll pull it up right now.
They're going to start. Do you want me to say it or not?
No, let me
real quick. Toro said fixed fight. I honestly have been thinking that.
What?
Really?
What?
Did you see the Aiden Ross thing about?
Oh, I did see that. I did.
No, hold on a second. He could have got a phone call from anybody who's a handicapper. Say, listen, there's no way Canelo's winning. Change your bet. He could have got a call from Roy Jones Jr. or anybody.
All I'm saying,
let's give everybody context.
For one of the greatest boxers of all time, for him to sit there and almost do nothing, like, I don't know.
Okay, the Aiden Ross is a popular streamer, so this is what happened.
I got to this call. Very important call. Jordan, we're switching the bet.
Oh,
we're definitely switching our bet.
Oh what? What you mean?
No.
Don't stay with Canelo.
No, we're going Crawford.
If
he's saying that, everybody goes slam Crawford.
Jordan, we're going Crawford. I'm telling you right now, we're going Crawford.
Wait,
cash out. I'll tell you guys off stream. We're good. Just go Crawford. You really want Crawford?
Text me, bro.
I will. All I'm going to say, chat, I got one of those calls, okay? And they were just like, listen, we think that if you were to do this, it's going to get bad. If you do this, it's going to get bad. It's not rigged.
Is it rigged?
All I know is whenever I saw his face, this is the same face that Amit, puts on whenever Triple V or someone like this calls him. Like, that was some real money, gave him a phone call and said, do not put your money on Canelo.
Look,
I don't know.
Could have been somebody that was training with Canelo. It could have been a million things. But that fight was not rigged. You know
maybe
why
not.
I don't believe it's rigged? Because of the person that was promoting it.
Which was Dana?
Yeah, he doesn't do rigged
Yeah, no, that's fair. Do you think that the Tyson Paul fight was rigged?
They're swearing up and down the line that it wasn't.
That's not what Tyson recently said, right? He said that it was rigged.
I didn't see that.
Tyson said it was rigged?
I know
That's
the
what I
Paul
thought.
has been swearing up and down the line that it wasn't. All I know is that Mike Tyson, for the past 40 years, has never pulled a punch. And in that fight, it looked like he started to throw, and then he didn't throw. I think that was a little. You know what punch I'm talking about?
It seemed 100% rigged. I'm so convinced that fight was rigged. There was like round 1 or 2, Tyson was looking great and moving really quick, and then for the next 4 or 5 rounds or whatever was left, he was just standing there, and was probably honestly shocked by how little performance Jake actually. I think that he was going to try to rig it a little bit better than that, and just realized the skill gap is actually much larger than he would have thought.
Tanner, you know the punch I'm talking about, right? The overhand right that he went to throw, but he didn't throw.
Yeah. I remember seeing videos of people slowing it down and everything.
It's his second nature to throw that punch. That was the thing that really got me considering. But I don't know. I do really believe that the Crawford-Canelo fight was legit.
This was Dana White for the White House.
Other countries want to see, and the way that we're doing this thing, like, let's say this is goofy, but this is the octagon, right? We're building this arch, almost like the St. Louis arch, like this, and the lighting grid will go above the octagon. So when we shoot this fight, right, this whole backdrop will be the White House. And then when the cameras move over and the fight's this way, it's all the Washington Monument, the monument on this side. Then there's a park that's sort of connected to the White House. And we'll have 85,000 people there with big screens, and we're going to do concerts.
Maybe Meta incorporates themselves into that.
Who's fighting during that
they're
event?
Going to start the walkouts from the Oval Office.
Who's fighting during that event? I mean, they all must be championship fights, right?
They're not saying anything until February. They're going to start making the card in February. Now, here's the crazy part. Connor swears he's going to fight on it. Connor could be president of Ireland by then.
Yeah, I don't think he
How
fights.
wild would that be?
What do we think about? Let's get Tanner's thoughts on this first. Davin, thank you for the super chat. I mean, Tanner, first of all, can we get an update on your? Did you buy Duolingo yet? And
No.
How are you thinking about what Meta? Okay, so you haven't bought it yet. You are interested. Do you think this was bearish Duolingo? What Meta did?
No. Like I said, I don't think that it's the translation thing that is going to allow people to get jobs. And like by far the biggest user of Duolingo is learning English from other countries. That allows them to potentially get proficient enough in that career to go to America or some other place, get a job, something like this. And that goes both ways for bilingual people and stuff like this. But whenever you have a live translation app, this is for tourists. Like, I don't think as many people, I think everyone's ascribing Duolingo to this tourism app when I don't think that. I think that these people really do want to be proficient in a second language, and you can't do that through AirPods or Meta glasses or something like this. You know, you're not going to get a job translating, because then that also means that the other person that you're talking to also needs that same level of technology. So
why haven't you bought it yet?
Just, it still looks like it's a little expensive. And I also think that if this news coming out will continue to sell off the stock. And I don't see a time where they don't have this AI problem. Like potentially for the next 5 years, they're going to continuously get hit with Google, OpenAI, Facebook, all of these companies, Apple coming out and saying, hey, we have new live translation tools in this product or that product or this product. So for the next few years, Duolingo is going to continuously get battered down. I could probably get it cheaper than 70 times forward earnings. I mean, I'd like to get something like this at 40 times or something like that. But I did just recently buy a new stock of dLocal, and that's been my new bet recently, that and BMNR.
Okay, real quick, Steve, your thoughts on this for Duolingo, and then we'll talk about BMNR.
For one person to ask, because it's not for me. Regardless of what negative case ends up coming true, I think something's going to come true, and I just think it's a uphill battle against AI and computers and whatever types of translation devices there are. It's just not for me. It may do well. I just think there's other places to put money.
Yeah. And BMNR might be that.
BMNR may be that.
Well, this thing wants to get to $60. I mean, I was on the phone with Chris. He called me up a couple hours ago, and it's so funny because he tends to call both of us within the hour, I guess. We probably did you talk about BMNR with him? Because the first thing he did was
dude. He
was like, bro,
because I sent
BMNR.
I sent him the Bankless podcast, and he listened to it in the car when he was driving. Yeah, it was an interesting conversation. Let's just say that.
Oh, well, he was in the car with his wife when he called me, so he probably called me after he heard the podcast. But I think, Steve, you were first to be like, I'm buying. I'm heavily buying. And then I think, Tanner, you were second to be like, yup, I'm in ETH. I love it. I'm buying. And then I think I was the most skeptical out of us three. And then Tom came on my show, and I was like, okay, it makes sense. And then Chris was the fourth after he talked with me and Tanner in Vegas. I don't know if there's been a trade all four of us have been in, and we're like, we're in. Like, we believe it. So it's kind of exciting for all four of us to be in it. So my question now is, Tanner, we'll start with you. I mean, how serious do you think this trade can become? And is it becoming more obvious day by day for BMNR?
Well, it's a hard one, right? Because unlike most of the things that I invest in, where you can actually pour some due diligence in, this is kind of just like looking at the adoption of stable coins, and then really the only metric you're basing BMNR on is like book value. You know, how much Ethereum can they attract, and how fast has that been versus if you were to have just bought Ethereum itself? And it looks like an insanely levered bet on something that is just has the most headwinds from a legal standpoint that we've ever seen in its history. So, yeah, I'm bullish, but it's hard to explain to people sometimes why I'm bullish versus why I'm just, buying the coin versus BMNR. And
right. Headwinds or tailwinds?
Tailwinds. Sorry. The most tailwinds, not headwinds.
Steve, you think this keeps going?
I really don't want to give a number because I don't want people following me into this.
Yeah.
But I, as much as I want to say a number, I'm not going to say a number. I'm going to phrase it like this.
It's a multi-$100 number.
Really? That's your price target?
I haven't been this excited.
It's not yours, Amit?
About something since Palantir or SoFi under 10. And here's why. Did you look at the text I sent you earlier today? About Alphabet?
I've gotten 0 texts.
No, I sent it to him, Matt.
Let me pull it up.
Oh, listen, I have to go to an extra app for you. I got to go to WhatsApp. So
what are you using?
Sometimes you don't get on the thread.
By the way, I don't even need. Well, I don't have Apple, so if you guys are using like iMessage or something, then
no. But see, Tanner, this is my point, bro. You're not part of the cool kids club because you have this green.
You still send me a message that says the different color bubble. Come on.
No, he has to go to a different app now.
It's an extra step. But look, if this is true, This is just one more step that is huge. So not only do we have MasterCard, not only do we have PayPal stablecoin and Shopify stablecoin and Circle stablecoin, but you got this now. Most of the entire Web3 ecosystem is now being built directly on or on a vertically integrated version of the ETH layer 2. So when you look at the Genius Act and you think about, okay, this administration's got 3.5 years left. What does that mean for the crypto industry? And you look at Eric Trump's interview from the other day on CNBC, I'm really starting to think that there's going to be a ridiculous amount of settlements, a ridiculous amount of usage with stablecoins. Right now, the issuance for Ethereum is 1.51%. It's at less than 1% net right now. This could become deflationary because more ETH could be burned off than is actually being issued on an annualized basis if stablecoin adoption really happens. And when we look at the money, everything is flowing to stablecoins and to boost stablecoin utilization. And we haven't even really gotten into tokenization yet. So I think this has a multi-year tailwind at this point.
By the way, the Google partnerships was like to 25 different payment companies. It's them promoting their new AP2 like agentic protocol. So it's not like specific to stable coins or PayPal or something. It was like 25 different companies.
This wasn't like a big deal. This shit that we
no, it was.
We
No, it's important, but it's not those specifically to those businesses. I mean, you could pick any single payments company. They were on that list. It was all of them, including dLocal and Visa, MasterCard, and Coinbase, and like go through the list. They're on there.
Yeah, it seemed more bullish for Google than PayPal because Google's just collaborating with all the payment providers. That's fair. Yeah, I agree. I'm bullish. I think it makes sense. We're all fundamental guys that need a use case to be excited for something. At least I think I am. I definitely know Steve is. And Tanner, I know you've been early to Bitcoin outside of all four of us for a while. But like when we see companies and we see earnings and we see what people are using their products for, it makes sense with Ethereum. And this whole MNAV premium that Tom Lee's getting, because he's Tom mother effing Lee, which allows him to dilute in a way that's accretive and then just buy up more and then stake it and get to 5% of the supply. I mean, like, it's something that he can do. And I think that's why people are trusting so much.
And go a step further on that. Just think about traditional market dynamics when you have more buyers than sellers. What happens when Tom Lee continues to issue equity and continuously buys ETH? And then you have the other treasuries and the other ETFs continuously buying ETH, and then people just buying ETH. I mean, at some point, you got to think there's going to be way more buyers than sellers, and ETH is just going to go up.
Yeah.
Don't bring up Liam's comment here, but he just says essentially crypto is one of the dumbest things ever, and he can't see it. And I was talking with Davis that was with us in Vegas as well, and he's not investing in cryptocurrency. I think the problem that people have with cryptocurrency is that it's mixed with great ideas and just complete Wild West scams. And it's hard to separate the goods from the bads. But even during the .com bubble for whatever, there's a bunch of, pets.coms and all of these terrible businesses that were trying to take advantage of the movement. But you could still end up seeing that there was Microsoft, there was Google. Those companies existed at the time, right? It's hard to differentiate them. But if you think of Ethereum as a technology company, it's not that hard to understand. This is a new piece of software, okay? The similar way that Palantir's trying to sell a new piece of software that is more secure, has never been broken since inception, is completely decentralized, instant settlement. Like, you can find all the reasons why you would prefer to use those payment, or like Ethereum as a payment provider or as a security layer over something like Visa or MasterCard. That is something that anyone could figure out, especially if you're a stock investor or someone who loves technology businesses. That doesn't mean I'm telling you guys to go buy Shiba Inu coin or anything like that. I'm not a fan of any of that. But the technology of Ethereum is absolutely real. That's why
also, it's not that.
Go ahead.
It's not that complicated, bro. The feds want treasury demand. Stable coins, get them there. A lot of stable coin supply is on Ethereum. Like, we do not have to make this like rocket science. It is very simple to understand the trajectory of that one use case exploding, which in and of itself should hopefully get Ethereum into that $10,000 range over time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I agree.
The Treasury Secretary said it's stablecoins are going to 15x. Like, if you don't want to trust me, or you think, everyone on YouTube or whatever is crypto pump and dumpers, I mean, go listen to Scott Bessent. Like, he's telling you for himself. You don't need, he's got nothing to win here other than to make the US dollar more powerful. Okay. I think a bet on Bitcoin or a lot of those cryptocurrencies are a bet against US dollars. A bet for stable coins is a bet on US dollars, allowing global users to actually stabilize their currency by buying USDC. They don't have to go to a local bank and pay unbelievable rates or risk them not offering US dollar balances at all. They can, as long as they have an internet connection, they can set up an Ethereum wallet for free and buy US dollars. That's real use case.
Yeah, I agree with everything Tanner said. I would go a step further and say, when you play connect the dots and you look at Sachs as the crypto and AI czar, and you think about what he has said on the All In podcast for the past 2 or 3 years, whenever they've talked about crypto, and you look at the people who are getting involved, and you just look at the legislation, you look at the way everything is transitioning, this is going to be keep in mind that a lot of the SWIFT banking network was built in the freaking 70s. Like, a lot of this is archaic architecture, and it's due for an upgrade. And you have the most powerful government in the world now behind this and pushing it. The SEC has been overhauled. You have clear legislation. You have companies signing on board. And if Bitcoin has a $2.5 trillion market cap with no utility or minimal utility compared to Ethereum, and everything's being built on Ethereum, you have to think there's a half a chance Ethereum's market cap can flip Bitcoin's.
Real quick, someone in the chat said, have you tried using ETH? It's expensive as ever. You can go on Coinbase right now, anywhere in the world, set up a Coinbase wallet and send USDC via Base. It's literally free. They cover the less than 1% charge. It's absolutely free to do payments on Coinbase. Settles immediately. This whole idea that there's $50 gas fees and everything like this is all old rhetoric. It's not happening.
Yeah, because it's not ETH that's going to be used. It's going to be one of the stable coins built on ETH.
Yeah.
Also, this is the NASDAQ CEO explaining that tokenization is coming.
So this morning we announced that we're going to be bringing tokenization into our market. So making sure that equities are tokenized and traded on market, in the markets, not in a side sleeve, but actually in the core markets.
So, I mean, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And then you got this, bro. Did you guys see this shit? Someone put a golden statue of Trump holding a Bitcoin in front of the Capitol. This is real.
Was that a balloon?
It's a Bitcoin.
I mean, it's definitely not gold.
No, I mean, it's a balloon that they blew up. Like,
no, it's a legit statue.
It's a Bitcoin.
Made out of what?
No, like balloon, bro. It's a Bitcoin.
No, like a float. I don't know. It's pretty fun.
I think it's a
No, I
crypto
understood
company.
what you. I'm laughing at the fact that Mitt didn't know what you meant by "is it a balloon?"
It's like, no, it's
I mean, look, everything is going that way. Just like everybody said, don't fight the Fed. Why are people trying to fight this? Like, we're not talking about some meme coin that is.
It is real, guys. It's the Trump didn't do it. It's some crypto company put it up there, but it is real.
I don't know. I think that there's a lot of utility here, and there's too many people getting involved in this to deny it.
Yeah.
Not just that, companies.
And there's been a lot of other chains that have had a certain percentage of the stablecoin market, and they actually look like they're shrinking compared to the growth of Ethereum. Ethereum is actually taking the market share. Like everyone, I've also been very bullish on Solana, but I'm just following the numbers here. I mean, institutions are absolutely picking Ethereum, and they're worried about decentralization on Solana, and that's a real concern for them. So it's the same reason why I wouldn't want to think that, Stripe's Tempo or something like this is going to be the next big thing, because no one wants that to be owned by a single payments company. So, yeah.
That's a fair point. All right, Tanner, I'm sure you probably got to get out of here. So,
yeah.
Yep. Tanner, thank you for joining again. Tanner's Twitter and YouTube in the chat. And we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Peace.
Later, Tanner.
Later. All right. So we got about 5 minutes left. To end out this stream, we need to discuss your ridiculous take on Titanic and Avatar. I don't understand how you could
horrible movies.
Dude, they're not horrible movies. Like, where do you even kind of get that? Avatar, I've seen Avatar like 5 times. It's a great movie. The second one was kind of First one was great. And then Titanic's a classic. So
people consider Gone with the Wind a classic.
Okay, I've never
another
seen
horrible movie.
I think you need to revise. Who's Clark Gable? 1939. Okay, I've never seen this. See, Tanner says Avatar is amazing. There you go. He left and he still had to support by saying Avatar is amazing. I think you're wrong on this take. Dude, everyone's spamming XRP or ETH. They say, I mean, it's a good thing to ask because you did preach the XRP thesis.
Yeah,
for a
good look, it's
2
different
years.
things. Yeah, it's 2 different things. I'm in both. XRP is going to be more on the financial.
You are not in both. You have a very tiny position.
I'm
that
in
happened to
both.
blow up. It blew up because
I'm in
XRP.
both. Am I not in both?
You're not buying more XRP.
I never said I was buying more XRP.
Dude.
Am I still in it or am I not in it?
You're in it, but you're
There
basically.
you go. That's all you need to know.
Why don't you sell your XRP and just put it into BMNR?
Why?
Because whatever use case XRP is, cross-border payments, is literally stable coins, and that's being built on Ethereum. I don't see.
Don't worry. When Tesla gets called away on Friday, that's going to go into BMNR. Don't you worry.
You're really letting it get called away, bro?
Yeah, I'm letting it called away.
You're really letting it go.
It's all good.
It's at 430. You're just letting it.
It's all good.
Dude, you got it at 150. You might never get that again in history.
And I've made peace with that.
Have you actually made peace with that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dude, I don't know if I could let it go like that.
Because I'm going to take the money and I'm going to buy more NVIDIA, more BMNR, and more ETH.
It's just a sad day to see you let it go. That's all.
Nah, it's all right.
You're like, I don't care.
Don't care. I'll still be a shareholder because my wife still has Tesla.
You got to stop saying that, bro. You got to stop because that's just
why.
It's like because every stock you're a shareholder of, apparently, because your wife has like a position in it.
I mean, that's what happens when you get married, man.
No, your wife is a shareholder, bro.
Technically, that makes.
I wonder if you even own any Meta. I wonder if your wife owns all the Meta. To be honest,
the majority of Meta is in her account. there is some Meta in a joint account.
Wait, hold on. This is a good question for the chat. If you have a significant other, like you're actually married to them, do you consider it our investments or? Okay, no, that's a wrong. Because of course it's our investments, but no. My mom and dad. I mean, they share everything, but they have their own separate Robinhood accounts. You know,
Yeah, but it's their money at the end of the day.
Together,
their
right?
assets.
Yeah, but do they think of it as like if my dad owns 50 shares of Meta, would my mom be like, "Oh, we own"? Like, I don't think my mom would say we own 50 shares of Meta. Like, she'd be like, "No, your dad owns that. I own something else."
Well, as far as the IRS is concerned, it's their assets.
Yes, as far as the IRS is concerned.
So,
Laura says, when I was married, we had joint accounts, but I was the only one that paid attention to the investments.
okay.
That's fair. I feel like.
So, Amit, did you start watching Dark Wolf yet on Amazon?
You never told me to watch Dark Wolf.
Yes, I did.
The Terminal List, Dark Wolf?
Yeah, it's the prequel. It's freaking great.
Oh, I think you did mention that. You mentioned this a couple weeks ago. No, I haven't. Dude, I just got back from Vegas, bro. I've lived in here for 4 days.
Yeah, you could have watched it on the plane. It's so good.
Oh no, dude, the plane, dude. I had the craziest dreams on the plane. I was sleeping while like sitting up. It was just. I wish I could go first class everywhere, but I cannot afford to do that. So I was just sitting in the back and like barely sleeping.
It's only worth it if you're going cross country. Like if you're going on an hour and a half,
Did go cross country.
it's not worth it.
No, but I did go cross country, but I still don't think it's worth it. I can deal with 5 hours. If it's like 15 hours, it might be.
Maybe your age, I get it, but like I would never do it if I had to go down to Florida or something. That's just it's an easy flight, you know. But going cross country, I mean, having the extra room is nice.
Everyone's saying Terminal List is worth watching.
It's so good. And I think
what is it about?
Dark Wolf is better than Terminal. Is better than season 1.
So if I start episode 1 today, you think I'm going to be hooked, and I'm going to?
I think you should be. I mean, look, the problem is you've never watched any of this stuff, so I don't know how you're going to react. You didn't watch Jack Ryan, which was amazing. You didn't watch The Recruit. You didn't watch Night Agent. So I don't know how you're going to react to this. Like, these are all awesome shows.
Okay, look, I'll watch this one. I
mean, the amount of people that's saying it's legit in your chat shows you everything you need to know. Like, it's freaking great.
Okay, I will legit actually watch the first episode. I've been waiting for a new show. So,
and I think this is why, like, you can't understand why I think Avatar and Titanic are not good, because the stuff that I venture toward is stuff like 13 Hours, this type of stuff, just much different thing.
That's fine, but you can't say they're not good, bro. At some point, you have to respect the academic history of.
Did they do amazing in the box office? Absolutely. Can I sit through them? No.
No, but they did 11 Academy Awards, movie of the year. Like,
they did unbelievable. I'm not putting anything past that. Huge accolades. I just I can't sit through that stuff.
That's fair.
And I will tell you, I'm so pumped for Days of Thunder 2. I'm going to rent out a movie theater for that. I cannot wait.
Days of Thunder 2?
Oh my God. I forgot you've never seen Days of Thunder. Oh my God.
Wait, Days of Thunder was 1990. They're making a sequel to this?
I feel like I know it's 90, but I feel like it's such an 80s movie. It is unfreaking believable when you have a good sound system and you turn it up. Oh my God.
Tom Cruise. Laura says that's a crap movie.
Tom Cruise could be the best actor of all time.
I think so too. I watched the
documentary. The fact that he does his own stunts, the fact that he flies all the planes in Top Gun, I mean, it's amazing.
I need to watch Top Gun.
Absolutely amazing.
All right, so conclusion on Meta event is
they should not have done it.
They should not have done it.
They should not have done it.
They should not have. They could have put out a press release,
yep,
and it would have had the same impact.
100%.
Yeah.
And if they wanted to do it, they should have stuck to only Horizon TV.
Yeah.
And nothing else. And they should have showed part of a 3D movie. They should have got Dana White up there. Since he's on the board, they should have had 2 UFC fighters sparring in the octagon and showed a 3D demo of it, and say that on every post we're going to have a VR camera and you're going to be able to watch every UFC event on this. I mean, they should have went, look, who's to tell Zuck what and what not to do? He's built one of the greatest companies ever. At the same time, I think this event was a flop. And I think they could have done better.
No, I agree. It shouldn't affect the stock, but yeah, the event was just not it. All right, cool. That is it. I'll be back tomorrow for the market open. It is Thursday. We're going to see how the market reacts. First day after the rate cut. I am getting into UFC, dude. I'm really happy I watched that fight. I like that fight, so maybe I'm really going to watch the next fight. Shout out to Netflix. Without them, I don't think I would have watched it.
So I'm gonna text you a UFC fight to watch. I'll text you one of the greatest ones. I think it's on UFC on YouTube, so you can watch the whole thing for free. Freaking great.
Like, bro, I started looking up compilation videos of knockouts from Crawford after the
Dude, Crawford's nasty.
Dude, he's undefeated. Yeah. I didn't know that.
He's 38. people were worried about the age. It was a 2-year age gap, but he has an extra 4 inches in reach. I think he's a better boxer.
Wait, could he be better than Floyd Money Mayweather at the end of it if he's more undefeated?
I don't think so. I mean, Floyd is just a different breed. He's the best defensive boxer.
Do you think Floyd actually beat Pacquiao?
Yes, I do. Hands down.
Okay.
It's not even a question.
It's not a question to you
No.
that he beat. Okay.
No, not even a question. The only fight that Floyd Mayweather ever came close to losing was against Sugar Shane Mosley. In the second round, Mosley cracked him and almost put him out, and somehow he recovered. And Shane was still Sugar Shane Mosley. Like, Mayweather's fought a lot of people. He's unbelievable defensively. May not be the most exciting boxer, but he downloads everything that you do. I mean, I wouldn't say he's the greatest boxer of all time, but he is, I mean, the best we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I started going deeper into boxing and like looking up all this old stuff. So
you know who you should look at? So this is going to sound crazy. My favorite boxer to watch was not Mike Tyson. Everybody will say that Tyson, I grew up on Tyson. So it's hard for me because Tyson was amazing. Roy Jones Jr. is my favorite boxer to watch. You start watching some of Roy Jones's videos, it's unbelievable what that guy did. Unbelievable.
okay, I'll have to get it. Dude, boxing. Next up is movies. Like, I'm becoming a man.
Boxing is different than UFC. We need to graduate into UFC. So I'm going to send you a couple of fights to watch.
Just saying, I'm becoming a man, you know?
I'm excited. Listen, UFC and boxing is great. It really is.
All right. That's it. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We'll be back tomorrow on the Market Open. Keep going from there, and we'll see how the market reacts first day after the rate cut. All right. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.